and Cody. Okay, so today I was bored and decided I'm going to DIY this shirt. Okay, so this is just like a regular black shirt. I bought it a while ago so I can do this DIY and then never did it. So I'm gonna do it today. So I want to do like a black tie-dye and then like put Courage the Cowardly Dog stuff on it. You'll see. But anyway, so I'm gonna do the scrunch tie-dye where you just scrunch it up. Like there's no real order. Like I just literally took the shirt, scrunched it up. I'm gonna take. I only have 3 rubber bands because I think my family is playing a joke on me. Every time I collect rubber bands to do this, they magically like disappear. So I'm trying to do like a colorful black tie-dye, if that makes sense. So first I'm gonna bleach this like black shirt. I'm gonna take my tie-dye and then tie-dye the parts I bleached. So hopefully this is like tight enough. I want a good amount of black to stay on. So I'm like tucking everything in, so cool. What's wrong, baby? Anyway, so I made this little ball. I took, you know, another one of these tins to do it because, like, how am I going to show you it if I don't do this? I don't even know why I'd be doing this because I could literally just put Clorox, but whatever. So I put it in this pan, balled it up, put it in this pan, and now I'm going to take pure Clorox bleach, and I'm going to mix it with water for God knows what reason. Then pour it on there, and tick, 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 and while I'm waiting, I'm going to start cutting out the pictures. That was too much, but we're here. And we're gonna close it tightly. Close it tightly, and then we're gonna shake. And we're gonna pour over. I'm gonna do in no particular order. Just soak it from the top because immediately when I put it on, I don't know if you can see it. Immediately after I poured it on, it started turning. So it's gonna be quick, unlike my last one where I was like waiting hours. So it immediately turned. I'm gonna leave it until I get my desired color, but it already turned, and so I'm gonna leave that there. So next step, I'm gonna cut out these pictures. So I printed out this picture that I found on Google, and it's pretty much just the Courage the Cowardly Dog villains and Courage on the bottom. I thought that was cool and cute. And also I printed out the definition of the word courage, but in like a circle thing, like an oval. Thought that was cool. And then I also printed out the definition of cowardly on this page and the definition of courage on this page, and this is in a box. So yeah, I'm gonna cut these out, and then we're gonna move on and see how this goes. And as usual, I'm not going to show you the whole clip. I'm not going to, in real time, cut this and put it in the video. There's no reason. You guys know what cutting looks like, so. Okay, so now I'm done cutting everything out. So let's check on the shirt. Hopefully it came out really cool. If not, I have another shirt, but I really don't want to dye another. Like, I don't want to bleach a whole other shirt. I feel like that's wasteful. I'm doing this with my bare hands. Don't do this. Please, put on gloves. Okay, this is very strong chemical. Oh, I like it. Oh my gosh, I gotta. Let's see from the. It is the back. Oh, the front's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the washer, and then I'm gonna trace some things out while it's in the washer. So. Yeah. I haven't tie-dyed since art class 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I haven't tie-dyed since art class. Okay. Hindsight is 2020 because I was complaining about rubber bands, and look, they gave me rubber bands, and I was like, I need gloves. They gave me gloves and a table cover. So y'all just be more prepared than me. And this kit is probably really good, so buy this kit and be more prepared because this had everything. So for the shirt, I'm trying to use like bright colors. One, because that's to contrast the heavy black, and also I just like if you use too light of a color, it's not gonna like pop. Okay, so I'm gonna use this orange, and I don't know, this blue looks nice, but it's like almost wish it was like this blue. Oh, let's see if I can like mix it. Like, I'm gonna open it up. And Sharon's getting creative. Well, I'm obviously getting creative. I think this is the light one. This is the dark one. I'm already getting confused. Okay. I'm gonna pour a little of the dark to the light. So hopefully it just makes this a little darker, but at the same time doesn't get as dark as this is. Cool, cool. So I already have this standing, so I'm going to use that color too. So I'm going to use orange, blue, hot pink, and maybe some green. Cool. The rest of these, another project. The rest of these, another project. I squinted because I have my camera on, but I wear glasses, so I should probably wear glasses right now, but baby, that's not happening. Oh, I'm gonna throw yellow into the mix. Exciting. So cool. And I think you just fill these with water, if I'm not mistaken, but I will read the directions. Okay. A lot of directions too. So, wearing protective gloves, add water to the dye bottle, fill to line, replace cap, shake until the dye is dissolved, use full strength for intense colors. For lighter, add more water using extra bottle if needed. Apply dye within 72 hours of mixing. Dye left unapplied outside will begin to lose concentration, result in noticeable return. For refill package after dye and the bottle has been removed. Cool. So it says after you're going to cover dyed fabric with plastic wrap to keep damp. Ooh. 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 So this might go into day 2 because I have to leave for 6 to 8 hours. Y'all, these DIYs be kicking my butt because 6 to 8 hours, well, I want my shirt, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So I'm gonna fill these bottles. Probably gonna come back in like an hour because my shirt's in the washer. But yeah, I'm gonna fill these bottles, get the plastic all done down, and I'll be back. This is how it looks after the bleach. And I have my dyes filled up, so we're about to dye it, and hopefully it turns out great. Okay, I'm back, and where are the gloves? I'm gonna put the gloves on because I already got my hands pretty stained, and that was just filling up the bottles. So the shirt is just out the washer. I'm gonna put it in the dryer, but then I would have to re-wet it for the dye. I just thought, I'm already here, why would I do that? Okay. So put the gloves on. Oh, this is more than 2 pairs. Okay. I'm gonna start with the orange. I don't have any like scheme for it. I'm just gonna put it around. Oh, and I didn't fill the bottles all the way up to a fill line, only because I want the colors to be kind of saturated. Also, I put the plastic down so I don't like stain the table or anything like that. I could go in and kind of clean up the back, which I am gonna do. Just to make sure it gets enough color. But pretty much this is some color in the back. For the most part, this is what it's looking like. It's really pretty and okay. So I'm kind of happy with it. So I have to cover this in plastic wrap. I think I'm just gonna cover it in the rest of the table mat, roll it up, whatever, and come back to it. And I might, I don't know, tie-dye some socks or stuff with the leftover tie-dye because that has to be used in 72 hours or it's not gonna be good anymore. So yeah. Okay. Ooh, little spot for the and I just keep the feet. Keep the feet. Okay. Try not to drag it. Okay. So I finished putting my tie-dye on. I might use the rest of the tie-dye for some, I don't know, some tie-dye socks. I don't know, I saw that was trendy. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan, but I have all this leftover tie-dye. And you have to use it in 72 hours or you can't use it anymore. So I think that's what I might do. I'm going to leave this for the 6 to 8 hours. I'm probably going to check on it in that time, but I'm not going to film it. When I come back, which is probably going to be tomorrow, I'm going to start cutting out the Courage little design I want on here, and then ironing on the iron-ons and just seeing this come together. So yeah, stay tuned. Well, you have no choice. This is the video. Okay, so I'm back. It's the next day, as I said it would be. So the shirt dyed pretty good, and now I'm gonna do the next step. I'm gonna make a stencil on freezer paper. If you saw my last video, you would know how to do it, but just like say it again, you put the freezer paper over the design that you're trying to do, and then you cut out the black parts of the design, and that's Cody. And then you're gonna iron it on. I'm gonna kind of it sounds so dry. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. The shirt came out of the washer after it set at night, and it dyed pretty good. So I'm ready for the next step. I'm gonna make a stencil with freezer paper. I did it in my last video. You can kind of see it more because I'm not gonna stencil it on camera just because it takes a long time, and this is like a bigger design this time. You can't see it. Look, it's a bigger design, and it's just gonna take a little longer, so I'm not gonna stencil it on camera. But I'm gonna stencil on freezer paper. So take the X-Acto knife, cut out the black parts of this picture, and then I'm gonna iron it on the shirt and use that as a stencil. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back after I do that, and I think I'm gonna use paint. At first I was gonna use Clorox to do the stencil, but now that I'm thinking about it, why don't I just use paint? I have a whole bunch of paint, so crisis resolved. And yeah, I'm gonna come when the next step is done, when the stencil is done. I have a lot to do. I'm stenciling out Courage, the cowardly dog, so I have to, you know, cut it into shape, stencil it. So it's gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna come back. I have to take my dog outside anyway, so I'm probably gonna do it outside while she plays. So yeah, see you soon. I'm back. So I stenciled it all out. See, this is double layered, so stenciled it out. Now I have to lift it up. It's gonna be really difficult because I have to unstick it to the second piece of paper and transfer it to the shirt. And this is a super detailed cutout. So I'm just like running my hand under it, trying to separate the original picture from the stencil. Also, where I cut out the eyes, I just kept the stencil so I can know the placement. I have to put the eyes back in. I'm gonna keep this whole part of the video only because there's so much work. And here it goes. This is the full stencil. Looks kind of weird when it's lifted up, but I'm just gonna put this down. And then I'm going to straighten the shirt out. Out the shirt, and I was gonna place it in the middle, but I kind of like what's going on in the middle, so I'm gonna do it kind of like off to the side. So just make sure. Yeah. So I was gonna put it in the middle, but I kind of like how this side is looking, so I'm gonna put it off to the side. Now I just have to iron this with an iron, and then I'm gonna get to painting it. And I think I'm gonna paint it like a pink or something like that. When you're ironing it, if you're like me and you had to tape it together so you won't lose the orientation, take the tape off, because if you don't, the plastic will melt like I accidentally did right here, and that's super hard to get off of clothes. So yeah. The stencil is on. I'm gonna go. Okay, so now the stencil is ironed on. So now I'm going to mix some paints to see if I can get like a pinkish. I have like red and gray, but I don't have white. So I'm going to try to mix gray to see if that's going to work. But yeah. Okay, so after some mixing, I think I got like a nice pink. But I only have like a little bit of white, so I don't know how far this is going to stretch. Why am I doing it on this board? Because I thought I lost my paint platter, but it's right there. So, yeah. I'm having to do it multicolor because there was just not enough paint in the color I wanted. So, hopefully it turned out good. Gotta cross my fingers. So, yeah. I took off the stencil. I kind of wish it was a solid color, not like multiple colors. But it's fine. It's cool. I'm going to start ironing on the transfers, and yeah. So yeah. So I put down the transfer. I'm gonna iron it right here. I thought this would be a good spot. I kind of forgot to not paint the inside, so I could just have a plain spot, but it's cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna iron on the transfer right here, and then I'm gonna put the two other ones right here, and then come back. This is Cody's doing. All this, Cody's doing. Finished product. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's the end of this DIY. And I finished before nighttime, so I'm happy. I just hung it up so you can see the finished product. I really, really like it. And yeah, I just all around think it came out pretty good. Even like the parts that I was like, oh my gosh, kind of messed it up. I think that just added something to the shirt. And yeah, so this is the finished product, and I gotta let it dry. And I'll probably try it on when it gets dry. Probably gonna take like a day or so. So yeah.